York. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
You know, we talk about R. Kelly's alleged cult and the 6 of-age women that are living with him. Do they live with him, or he pays for where they live, or? So that if they live with him, does that speak to why they're not saying where they live because they live with him?
Probably.
She didn't say the city, though.
Yeah, like when they asked her, she couldn't even say the city. She was like, I don't want to speak on that.
You know. Look, man, I don't like R. Kelly, man. I think he's a scumbag. I guess I'm too close to knowing people who ran escort services, people who had polygamous relationships, people who lived lifestyles that we would all be like, yeah, nah, fam, nah, son, that's not normal.
Listen, I'm convinced that this is Stockholm syndrome. I think they're enamored with this lifestyle.
And I believe that. But I do want to I want to talk to people who are living lifestyles that people would look at sideways, but they were happy with it and they got money. And obviously people are keeping their name private. We have Anonymous. Hi, Anonymous.
Hi.
You claim a friend lived and worked in the escort service.
Yes.
And
She was
go ahead.
she was kind of forced into it, not like really coaxed into it.
Mm-hmm.
And the money, I guess, was blinding her, but she was like, I wouldn't call it captive, but she could never go anywhere. That was like her basic thing to do every single day, 24/7.
And
She's out of it now.
And let me ask you, why couldn't she go anywhere?
I don't
Fear?
know if it was because she was scared of who she was working for, but I mean, I believe that's what it was. I believe that she was made to do the things. She didn't really want to do them. Like, wasn't really for her, but I just believe that maybe he brainwashed her into thinking that she has nobody else, because most of the time that's what most of these men do that do approach these young girls. They let them know that they're in their corner, they're there for them, and nobody else is. That kind of brainwashes them into thinking that it's true.
And
Now,
also,
I believe that R. Kelly being a public figure is even worse.
right.
I mean, he does have a problem because it's not like the first time it came up. But, I mean, fame and fortune, that'll definitely blind you into thinking that what you're doing is right.
Thank you for your
Thank
call,
you.
Anonymous. So do you think it was really her or her friend?
It could have been her
It was
friend.
her, right? It was her. I'm just asking, you know. I mean, I wasn't going to ridicule her about it. Steve from Long Island. Steve.
Yo, what's up?
You're in a polyamorous relationship.
Yeah, it's
What's
a little bit complicated.
Yeah, what
What's
does that mean?
polyamorous mean?
It means that there's love more than just the one person that you're with. I have my own woman, I got kids, and the other woman that's part of this, she's actually married, and she loves her husband, but we have something between me and her. The mother of my kids, he has a girlfriend. Dude that she's married to, he's actually bi, so he has a boyfriend.
Oh.
And it's an interesting thing.
Interesting, mess, potentially unsafe. There's a lot of things you could call this. But let me ask you, Steve, does your family know?
Oh, no, my family, they would lose their head if they knew about that.
And would you consider yourself happy?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
And so you have your wife and you have this other woman and she's married to a man who's bisexual. Do you have any other women?
No.
I'm sure you don't have time, right?
No, I mean, like I said, we got kids, and all the adults, we working. So, I mean, with the income, New York is expensive.
Yeah.
So we help each other out.
So all of you come together for holidays and everybody knows everyone.
We do our own thing before we go off to family, because got my wife, my baby mom, her family, got all my family to see. She got family to see. Her husband got family to see. So it's kind of like we ended up two separate things at first, and we kind of just ended up joining all together. And we good.
So would you say your relationships is based on sex? Is it only sexual, or do you guys actually spend time and, go out together?
We spend time. Sometimes it's hard to find the time to go do stuff together. Perfect example. Mine, she's going out with her girls, whatever, for her birthday the day after, but we got our own thing damn near all week up until her birthday. And then turn around because the other woman, and she's older than me, I'm 25, she's about 42.
Oh, wow. That's a whole interesting dynamic into itself. I didn't know that, bro. That changes things.
So, even last night we had our little date, whatever. I told mine about it. She was like, "Oh, that's cute," and y'all really get close. And I asked her about how she is with her girl, and we ain't never run out of stuff to talk about. The money between the four of us, they already had like 2-3 houses. For us, it's kind of like, all right, we get some type of input from them, so it's like we work on our relationship as well. When it comes to my woman and her girl.
Hold on, Steve. How long you been in this?
Roughly about a year.
Oh, so it's new. This is brand new.
Yeah.
You're 25. This is brand new. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I would love to get your number and periodically hear from you on how this is playing out. Because do you believe that this is forever for you? You believe that what you got, the dynamic that you guys have going on, this is forever?
Forever, no. The older woman, we actually talked about this last night. We was chilling, and we did our thing, and afterwards, literally, we sitting there, and we hugged up, and we talking, and she like, I know this isn't a forever type of thing, but there's an emotional connect, and how we good together right now, and it's just like, if it happens that we separate, we don't want it to be over anything ugly, no type of drama or anything.
We're talking about this R. Kelly situation, and you called and said that you could relate to what we were talking about with regard to coming from a home where things weren't so good, and you chose a lifestyle that your parents didn't approve of, and you chose an escorting lifestyle.
Yep. I was in the game for 7 years, changed my life. I'm only 24 years old. Changed my life, have a great job, but I can totally relate. Like, sometimes you come from a home, but, things aren't always cracked up to what it's supposed to be.
And what was happening in your home that made you, at 17, decide you wanted to be an escort?
I was just rebelling, so I was getting disowned. So I was going to school with things that weren't cool and stuff. So I was like, oh, I got to go out here and get my own money. I got to make my own money. I got to be fly. You know what I mean?
So you weren't getting like the purses that you wanted, just monetary like things at home. So because of that, that's why you chose the lifestyle?
Correct. Yep. That's exactly why I chose this lifestyle.
And it was all about money.
Yep. It was all about money. It was all about money.
So no physical abuse from your parents or mental abuse from your parents?
I wouldn't say physical abuse because my parents never hit me as a child, but I can say mental abuse because I'm not skinny, but I'm not fat neither. But I wasn't allowed to wear. They would talk to me like, "Oh, you can't wear that because you're too thick." Like I'm not. You know what I mean? So I felt like that was mental abuse. What else? Or I don't know. They just mentally abused me. Yeah. I guess.
And so for 7 years you gave your body to making money. How do you feel about that now?
I don't regret anything because everything was a lesson learned in life. But I don't feel no type of way. I have a whole boyfriend. He doesn't care. He respects what I do, and he loves me.
So you still escort?
Huh?
You said he respects what I do, meaning you still escort.
No, I don't still escort. I have a job, but he respects what I have done in my past.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Sat him down
and
spoke to him.
And I guess my next question for you is, would you do it again?
Yeah, if times get hard, yeah, of course. That's all I know. I'm not going to go out here and sell drugs because that's not my line of work. But I'll go do something else because that's what I know. I'm going to pull a trick.
And for you, what do you do now for a living?
I work for an insurance company.
So at what point in your
Still
life?
selling something.
Well, yeah. At what point in
You're
your
good
life?
at selling stuff.
Wait, at what point in your life did you decide, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, and why?
I went to jail 2 years ago, and it just changed my life around. I had to do the right thing. I had to stop getting arrested. You know, the game comes with a whole bunch of stuff. I was in and out of jail for a long time. I never did no hard time, but 2 weeks in jail and across the country really shaped my life up. I came home. I had to do probation and stuff, and that's the reason why I changed my life.
And do your parents know about your past?
Oh yeah, of course. They know everything I've done. They don't approve of it, but they know. They know.
Wow.
And do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a brother and I have a sister.
And what was their path in life?
They do the right thing, but you know, when I was 17 when I started, so you know, my ads were up on the internet and stuff. I remember one time somebody screenshot it and put it on the internet and like teased my siblings about it in school, but I had to sit them down and tell them that it was okay and like, you know, explain to them that this is what I'm doing.
And what
It
if
was embarrassing.
what if your little sister decided to come to you and tell you that she wanted to try this lifestyle? What would you say to her?
The game is gonna eat you alive, or you know, everybody is entitled to their own decision in life. So I don't knock nobody's hustle, but it's either gonna eat you up and spit you out, or you're gonna make it.
And
one or the other.
And when you were escorting, were you a part of some like high-end escort ring where it was like you were making thousands of dollars a day? Like what was?
Oh, I used to pull thousands of dollars a day, like casinos. I had pimps, all that. Like I went from pimp to pimp. It was just crazy.
And were you ever abused? Were you ever abused by any of those men?
Oh yes, I definitely was. Had my hair cut, or guns to my head, all types of stuff. Robbed.
And you say you would do it again?
Yeah, if I had to, if I really had to. I make good money now, so I really don't have to. But if I really had to, God forbid, I was to lose my job tomorrow. Like that's what I would have to do.
I guess what I want us to understand is what is have to, right? Because when you say if I had to, your initial combo was about money, bags. Like you weren't having the money as a teenager, as a 17-year-old. You didn't have the shoes and the clothes that you wanted, and your family wouldn't allow you to dress a certain way. So now fast forward, it's really all about a certain lifestyle for you.
Correct. I got to keep with the lifestyle. I was spoiled as a kid, too. That's another thing. Like, I was spoiled. So I had, and then they took away. So I had to keep up. You know what I mean?
I mean, I hear you talking, but so I guess what I'm trying to, I guess, uncover here is how do you get to a place where you're willing to sacrifice your health and wellness for money?
I don't know. I really don't know how I got to that place, but it happened, and I was with it, and it just happened, and then the money was just good, and I just continued doing it for years until I had to change my life due to, through jail and stuff.
Wow. We appreciate you sharing today.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I just, the topic really touched me this morning. I thought, I never get through, but I was just like, let me try, and I got through.
Well, we're happy to hear you're on a healthier path, and we hope that you would never sacrifice your body for that again.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care. And for the rest of you young
guys
people,
have a great morning.
You too. The rest of y'all out there, man. It's really it's really about the money, man.
That's what it is.
It's really about the money.
It made me sad when I asked her about her younger sister. If she would, I thought she was gonna say I would discourage her because I've been through hell and back. I've been to jail and guns pointed at me, and she was like, "Oh, game's gonna eat you alive."
you're sitting in your car and we can all sit here and judge that young lady that just called, right? And I can easily be like, yo, you willing to sacrifice that for money? Earlier, we heard Michael Vick tell Colin Kaepernick to cut his hair. Why? For money. Throw your morals out the window, Colin Kaepernick. Cut your hair for money, right? This young lady threw her morals out the window.
For money.
For money. So I guess, you know, we never know what drives people, and it kind of goes back to that R. Kelly situation, right? And people judging, because I once had an escort, a young lady with Escort, tell me when I was like, why are you doing this? Da, da, da. She was like, you know, everybody wants to tell you what to do with your life and what path you should take with your life. But I know people with master's degrees that can't get jobs, can't pay their bills, got loans stacked up on their neck. And everybody is always talking about therapy and health and wellness and we need help and da da da. But nobody's going to put a roof over your head. Nobody's going to pay your bills. And, you know, a lot of young people, they turn 18, they're not going to get assistance like that, like you would when you're a teenager. You're 18 now, you got to make your own decisions. And we watching young people make decisions that we wouldn't make. But they're trying to figure out their path in life.
Yeah, 19 and 20 is a really great age because you're old enough to make your own decisions.
And everybody's judging you. Like, yo, you're an adult now. What you got? What you gonna do?
But you're not
Everybody's like, wait a minute,
experienced
I'm not ready.
Not really, yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.